You know, when you think about natural wonders, some offer perspectives that are just completely different.
Mhm.
And there's one in Iceland, Seljalandsfoss Waterfall, that actually lets you walk behind the water. It's right there on the south coast.
Yeah, and it's seriously powerful. The waters from the Seljalandsfoss River, which gets its meltwater from under the Eyjafjallajökull Glacier.
Volcano glacier.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that means you get this really strong, consistent flow pretty much all the time.
Hmm.
It really shows you the power.
Absolutely. And it drops, what, 60 meters? That's almost 200 feet.
Yeah,
Standing there, you can see why people call it a gem.
definitely.
But we want to dig a bit deeper today. What's the real story? Why does Seljalandsfoss grab people the way it does? Let's take a deep dive.
Well, I think the main thing, the really compelling part is that path, the one that lets you go behind the waterfall.
Okay.
It's just not something you get to do very often, that kind of like immersive experience with such a big waterfall.
Yeah. So, okay, picture this for me. You're walking on this path into this sort of like cavernous space.
Mm.
The water's right there in front. What's that vantage point actually feel like?
It's completely different. You're looking out through this shimmering curtain of water
Yeah.
at the landscape beyond.
Wow.
And if the sun's out, the light filters through the water
Hmm.
and you get this incredible, almost warm, glowing effect. It's like being inside light itself.
That doesn't sound like just looking at something. That sounds like really being in it. And I've heard sunsets are amazing there with the light all diffused.
Oh, they absolutely can be. It's quite magical. But what's also interesting is that Seljalandsfoss is still captivating even when it's not peak summer season.
Oh, really? I guess most people picture waterfalls as, a summer thing.
Right, but this one doesn't completely freeze over in winter. Instead, you get these amazing icicles and like really intricate ice patterns forming all over the cliffs around it.
Mhm.
It gives the whole place this almost ethereal, frozen in time kind of feel.
Hmm.
Really beautiful in a different way.
Sounds stunning. But, okay, practically speaking, that path behind the falls, is it still open if there's ice everywhere? Seems like it could be slippery.
Yeah, that's a really important point. It can get very icy, and for safety reasons, they sometimes have to close that path temporarily.
Right.
So definitely something you'd want to check beforehand if you're planning a winter visit.
Yeah,
Safety first.
makes total sense. So, okay, let's say someone's planning a trip. How easy is it to actually get there? Say from Reykjavik.
It's actually quite accessible location-wise. It's about 130 kilometers from the capital, so roughly 80 miles.
Okay, 130 kilometers. That sounds doable. What's the drive like, time-wise?
Usually under normal conditions, you're looking at less than 2 hours.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it makes for a really feasible day trip if you're staying in Reykjavik.
That's great for people trying to pack a lot in. Is it kind of out on its own, or are there other spots nearby?
No, it's actually in a great spot for seeing other things. It's only maybe a 20-minute drive from Skogafoss,
Yeah.
which is another really famous waterfall.
Oh.
And they're both right there along Route 1, the main highway.
So you could hit both pretty easily then. Nice.
Exactly. And thinking bigger picture, Seljalandsfoss is directly on the ring road.
Right, the big circle route.
Yeah. So
Yep.
it's a super popular and logical stop for anyone exploring Iceland's south coast, especially if you're heading towards Vik or maybe coming back from there.
Okay, so wrapping things up then, we've got Seljalandsfoss, stunning waterfall, south coast of Iceland, strong glacial river source. Impressive height, yes, but the real standout feature is that unique walk-behind path.
Mm.
It offers beauty all year, just different kinds. Sunny glows in summer, icy magic in winter. Plus, it's easy to get to from Reykjavik and sits conveniently near other big sites on the ring road.
Precisely. It's that mix, really. The unique experience combined with how easy it is to actually get there. That's what makes it such a gem.
Yeah, it really sounds like more than just a pretty picture. It's a chance to literally shift your perspective. So maybe something to think about as you go through your day. What other familiar things you think you know, might offer a totally new angle if you could just, step behind the curtain? What new appreciation might pop up? Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.